Good evening. We're very happy to be with you this evening to share with you about a couple of mission efforts that you may want to be a part of. The goal is heaven, no matter where we start out life. We hope that everyone sees the need to choose heaven as the goal. But something we don't often think about is that we don't all start out life the same. We don't get to choose our parents. We don't get to choose whether we're born into a poverty-stricken family or wealthy, affluent family. We don't get to choose the country that we're born into. These things can have a dramatic impact on our lives. So imagine if your birthplace determined your opportunities, your hopes, your dreams, your access to education and healthcare, proper nutrition and safety, and your chances of salvation. So just imagine places where every day is a struggle because of poverty, threat of human trafficking, natural disasters, corrupt governments, and lack of spiritual nutrition. So there are places in the world where people start out life at a great disadvantage. Many people are not as wealthy and as blessed as we are here in the U.S. So as was mentioned earlier, we all know that the Great Commission is a command for all of us to go out into the world and make disciples. This is a collective responsibility. All believers have some type of responsibility. Doesn't mean we all have to be missionaries, but we all need to make some type of effort to be making disciples. So this evening we're telling you actually about two different mission efforts that are working to fulfill the Great Commission, but also supplying humanitarian aid to people in need. So Save Asian Souls and Philippine Mission Casa Esperanza of Angels. These are the two mission efforts that we're telling you about this evening. These are two separate mission efforts, so you can help one or both as you feel inclined. Both these organizations are 501c3 organizations here in the U.S. So my father is the founder of Save Asian Souls. You can see a photo of him there on the left. My wife is with us this evening. We started Philippine Mission Casa Esperanza of Angels. Both these mission efforts are under the oversight of the Red Bowling Springs Church of Christ in Red Bowling Springs, Tennessee. So my father is 89 years old this year. He was diagnosed with Parkinson's a couple of years ago. So he is not really able to travel and work much anymore. But he has turned over a large portion of the work to Jackie. Jackie is a graduate of the Memphis School of Preaching. He's been working with us many years. And so Jackie has taken on a bulk of the day-to-day work. My father asked me to report on his mission work as I travel to report for Philippine Mission. So I'm doing that with you this evening since he is not able to travel anymore and to be backup leadership in the future as his health will inevitably continue to fail. So for Save Asian Souls, the mission of Save Asian Souls is to locate girls between the ages of 8 and 20 that are at risk of human trafficking, teach them the Bible as well as some secular vocational training, and then see what we can do to save their souls. So how will we accomplish this goal? We provide a safe place for them to live. We call this a safe house. We provide them with biblical teaching as well as vocational training. In some instances, we help them establish a business, and then we will follow up with them to make sure that they remain faithful. Save Asian Souls operates in 4 countries, Thailand, Laos, Nepal, and the Philippines. So what are the problems that these girls are facing? One of the greatest risks is that of human trafficking. I'm sure all of you have heard of it on the news. If you need a formal definition, I will give you one this evening. Human trafficking is the recruitment, transportation, transfer, harboring, or receipt of people through force, fraud, or deception with the aim of exploiting them for profit. So notice that a big part of that is fraud and deception. Many people think that a lot of people that are in human trafficking have been grabbed off the street, thrown into a van, and then transferred somewhere. Actually, very few people are involved in human trafficking that way. Most people are deceived or trapped or tricked into getting involved in that. So what are the severity of the issues? Depending on where you get your statistics, you may find different numbers because criminals do not report on their work. So these are all estimations from different organizations, but these are the numbers we're sharing with you today. So it is estimated around 50 million people are trafficked every single year. Child sex trafficking has been reported in all 50 US states. Human trafficking is the second most profitable illegal business right here in the US. The average age of a human trafficking victim is only 14 years old. It is estimated there are 27 million girls trapped in slavery across the globe. Slavery in the world is alive and well today. This is a global issue, but some populations are more vulnerable to others. People that are especially in poverty or conflict areas or climate-related disasters, these people are more at risk. So it is believed that these numbers that I've given you are actually low because these are reported cases. So we would assume there's a lot of cases that are not reported, so that would increase the numbers of trafficked people. So this is a very lucrative business. Hope for Justice estimates this is a $245 billion illegal business. So the human body is a great commodity. It can be bought and sold multiple times. It can be exploited over and over again. That's why these people are making so much money. Human trafficking and narcotics trafficking are often intertwined. So a global report from 2024 estimates that now 38% of trafficking victims are children, and 60% of the girls that are trafficked are for sexual exploitation. Another factor in these girls' lives is that of poverty. So I'll tell you in a moment how these are intertwined. But for Thailand, poverty is on the rise. You may not think of Thailand as a poverty-stricken nation, but it is on the increase. Women are much more vulnerable to being trapped in poverty than men, and the demographic that is affected the worst is that of children. For Laos, it's estimated that 90% of the people live on $1.25 a day. You may have a dollar store around the corner, but I don't think any of us can live on $1.25 a day. 44% of the children under the age of 5 are stunted. Many children are malnourished or anemic. Education is also scarce in Laos. It is estimated there are over 4,000 villages in Laos that lack access to education. For Nepal, over 5 million people are malnourished. Nepal also suffers from natural disasters, especially earthquakes. The Nepalese government is corrupt, so that is surely not helping people climb out of poverty. You may have seen something in the news a few weeks ago. There was an uprising in Nepal. They shut down all the social media. People went crazy. They are not happy with their government there. For every 1,000 babies born in Nepal, it is estimated 35 of them will die before the age of 5. And lack of advanced farming methods also keep these people trapped in poverty. For the Philippines, it's estimated over 17 million people live below the poverty line. The Philippines suffers from more natural disasters than any country in the world. We have active volcanoes, we have earthquakes, we have typhoons every year that come through. We have flooding, fires, just about everything you can think of happens on a regular basis in the Philippines. For every 1,000 babies born in the Philippines, it is estimated that 28 will die before the age of 5. And over 64% of the households in the Philippines struggle for food on a daily basis, not quite sure where their next meal will come from. So how does poverty tie in with human trafficking? Because these are desperate people, and desperate people do desperate things. That's what these recruiters are counting on. So they come to these impoverished villages where these people are stricken with poverty and they are suffering, and they tell them, we have wonderful opportunities for you. We have a job in Hong Kong or Singapore or Japan. You're going to make lots of money. You'll never be worried about poverty again in your life. And they jump at these opportunities, believing they are true, only to reach their destination country. Their passports are taken from them. They are now a slave for whatever these people want them to do. They cannot even get back home. They have no documentation. This is how they trap these people. So desperate people do desperate things, and so these people prey on these desperate people. In Thailand, we have 3 safe houses, 28 girls and 10 Christians. We'll show you some photos from our different locations in Chiang Mai. This is our Chiang Mai location. We also have a safe house in Mukdahan. This is Jackie visiting the Mukdahan location. He visited all our safe houses a couple of years ago. This is Udon in Thailand. So in Laos, we have 4 safe houses, 32 girls, and 24 of them are Christians. Just a couple of photos from Laos. Incidentally, you may see the girls sitting on the floor there for a meal. It is not because we do not supply them with tables. Actually, if you look in the photo, you can see tables behind them. This is very customary in many Southeast Asian countries to have meals and do a lot of activities simply sitting on the floor, so that is not unusual. In Nepal, we have 25 safe houses, 259 girls, and 105 Christians. The Westbury Church of Christ in Houston, Texas is very active in this work. They supplied funding for all the girls in 2024 to receive new clothing. You can see them in their new outfits there. This is just some photos from Nepal. The girls attend the local congregations when there's one near their safe house. They also attend gospel meetings, so you can see them in these photos doing that. In the Philippines, we have one safe house, 15 girls, and 12 Christians. Just a couple of photos from our Philippine location, our Philippine girls. So of course, our girls, as I mentioned, attend the local congregations to participate in Bible studies. They also do that at the safe houses. Here's some photos of baptisms. I've already given you the numbers for the different locations of those that have been baptized. Just a couple of photos from Nepal. This couple of girls that are being baptized looks like a rather large trash can, but at times we have to be very resourceful in these countries. So the girls are distributed their own personal Bible and encouraged to read and study on a daily basis. When not in school or studying at church, they do have, of course, other activities. They do crafting, they do gardening. We also have birthday parties for any girls that are celebrating a birthday during that month. There are also some sustainability efforts where they have the space and the weather is conducive. They do fruit and vegetable gardening. One of the locations also does grows mushrooms. We also have a farm in Laos that provide food for some of the locations near that farm. We also have a tailoring school, a sewing school in Nepal. This is a 2-year program. They learn how to, of course, measure someone, make the pattern, sew the clothes. They get to practice on the other safe house girls. So they make clothing for the other younger girls. This is an opportunity for them to practice their trade. And it's a win-win situation because the young girls get new clothing. So if they complete this 2-year program, they are issued a sewing machine and then all the supplies to set up a seamstress business. We help supply that business with any needs for 3 months to help get it off the ground. And then once they establish their business, they are much less vulnerable to human traffickers because they own their own business, they have their own income, they are no longer seeking work overseas. This is just one of our most recent graduates. There was a group of 6 girls that graduated. We have another set of girls in the program now. But this girl graduated with our last program. You can see her getting her new sewing machine, and she has set up a sewing shop actually in her house in her remote village. And she is, as I've been reported, she is receiving or able to generate about $130 US per month with her business. So that may not sound a lot to us here in the US, $130 a month. But for a young girl in Nepal, that's a lot of money. So she's well on her way. We also do public education efforts. So as I mentioned, these people in these impoverished villages, they are not really aware of these tactics of recruiters. So we try and educate them that when these people come and tell them some wonderful opportunity that's almost too good to be true, that it probably is not true. So we try to educate them to the tactics of these recruiters so they hopefully will not get trapped into that. We also do disaster relief efforts, especially in Nepal, where they suffer from earthquakes quite often. We provide blankets, clothing, and food to people that are suffering from a natural disaster. One other quick success story I'd like to tell you about is Ganga. She was sold into slavery at age 8. She was bought and sold multiple times. At each place that she was, her so-called owners abused her, mistreated her. We got her out of that situation. She came to a safe house in 2016. She completed our 2-year sewing program. We set her up with a sewing shop. She is now married to a Christian man. She has a young daughter. The photo on the extreme right was taken a little over a month ago. One of our workers checked up on her. You can see her daughter is growing and her seamstress business is thriving. So this is just one success story of girls that have made it through our sewing program and are doing well. We recently also built a church in Nepal. This is not normally part of our work, but this congregation was meeting in the barn, a farmer's property. He decided he wanted his barn back, but he would donate a small parcel of land for them to build a building if they would like to do that. They did not have the funds for that, so we provided them with the funds to build a small pink church. If I was picking the paint, perhaps I would not have picked pink, but they do have a place to worship now, so that's what the important part is. This congregation is small. We feel it's important to help these small congregations. Our girls do attend the local congregations, as well as once they finish our programs, they need places to worship. So how can you as a congregation or individual help this work? You can make a donation, you can sponsor a girl, you can share the word with others that might want to support this work. You can pray for the girls, of course, that costs nothing. And you can also be a Bible team member by going overseas for a short time, teaching English using the Bible. So there's some opportunities for you there. This is the contact information for Save Asia Souls, but don't try to remember any of this or worry about it, because we have a display in the foyer with some printed material. I'll tell you more about that in a few moments. So that is one mission effort that you are able to help if you're so interested to do that. The second mission effort we're telling you about is Philippine Mission Casa Esperanza of Angels. So here in the U.S., we're incorporated under the name of Philippine Mission. In the Philippines, we're incorporated under the name Casa Esperanza of Angels. Casa being house or home. Esperanza is hope. So House Hope of Angels. Angels being the children that we have at our residential care facility. Our goal is to seek and save the lost through two avenues: the residential care and teaching of orphaned, abandoned, abused, and neglected children, and outreach to the community there around us. Just a little quick history. In 2016, we purchased a 2-hectare piece of property that is 4.94 acres. It was all sugarcane, not a single tree on the property. The trees you see in the very, very distance are right past the back property line. So we harvested all the sugarcane and began construction of our facility. By 2017, you can see that half the enclosure wall is built and the first children's home is under construction. This Google Earth from 2023, you can see starting from the right, our guardhouse at the entrance. Our CEA Learning Center was under construction at the time of this image. That is now complete. I'll show you some photos of that. We have a playground. Kids love to play. We have 2 children's homes that are fully functional. That's the white roof buildings there. We have space beside those 2 houses for 2 more children's homes there. We have a laundry house where our house mothers can do large loads of laundry, linens, towels, that kind of thing. We have our visitor staff housing building. That's a new building that is almost complete. Our director's living quarters, where my wife and I reside when we're there on the property, and our older boys residence is our next major project. A lot of our property is dedicated to our sustainability program and food production. I'll tell you more about that as well. So our CEA Learning Center was completed in June of 2024. It is a huge blessing for our work. Prior to that, we were in an 18 by 36 tent. That's where we had our worship services. Anything that happened as a group happened in a very small tent. So we're happy as we outgrew that to have this new building. In this new building, we have a multi-function room, a large room. This is, of course, where we have our worship services, Bible studies, but anything that happens as a group happens in this space. We do a lot of activities with our kids. We keep them very, very busy. The photo on the right is our kids enjoying snack for Vacation Bible School 2024. Because of this new building, that was the first year that we were able to host a Vacation Bible School. So I mentioned our multi-purpose room for worship service, Bible studies, but we also do tutorials for our kids. Anything that happens, we do birthday parties for kids that are celebrating birthdays. We also have movie nights for our kids. So some of the kids in the audience may not like what I'm about to tell you, but our kids do not have access to phones except for when they need it for school work. So we just really do not want our kids on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, video games, you name it, everything else except for what they need to be focusing their minds on. So they do not have access to phones, so they're very happy when you give them movie nights a couple of times a month. We also have a computer lab and library in this building. All our kids are enrolled in public schools, so of course they have lots of homework, research, and projects to work on. Also in this building, we have our licensed social workers office. We are required by law to have licensed social workers as a legal established business there. They do our intake for any new kids. They do discharge. If we discharge a child, it is a legal process because we actually take over guardianship of the children. They do keep up with all the kids' records, such as medical records, school records, all those kinds of things. They do reporting to the government as well as myself as the director. So these ladies are quite busy. We also have a clinic in this building. Imagine a home with 20 plus kids and staff. If one person gets sick, it's most likely most or all of them will get sick. So this clinic has isolation rooms for boys and girls on either side. If a child has a contagious illness, we can isolate them out for a few days in hopes that we don't get everyone in the home ill. We also, excuse me, we are fully licensed and registered. As I mentioned, the Philippine government is very glad for us to be there as long as we follow and comply with all their rules and regulations. Being government, and they are quite extensive, the different rules and regulations that we must follow, but we do our very best to comply. Our House of Hope was completed in 2018. That's the home on the right. That is our boys' home. Has a maximum capacity of 16 boys. It is full. Our girls' home on the left was financed by my father's organization, Save Asian Souls, and he does sponsor some of the girls in that home. That house has a maximum capacity of 24 girls. At current time, it has 23 girls. We only have one empty bed at the facility. So we're really ready to build some more children's homes, as there are plenty of children that need our help. So we don't really call our facility an orphanage. We call it a residential care facility because orphans are quite rare. So we accept children from a wide range of situations. We accept children into the facility between the ages of 3 and 14 years old. That's the age we accept them in, but as long as they do well, behave, and follow through with their schoolwork, we will keep them all the way through college, vocational school, whatever it is they would like to learn, in hopes that once they complete that course of study, they can be self-sufficient and leave the facility. We take children that are abandoned. It's quite common in the Philippines for people to travel overseas for work. If you're not aware, there are hundreds of thousands, if not millions, of Filipinos all over the world working because jobs in the Philippines are quite scarce and they do not pay very well. So if college graduates will often seek work overseas. Unfortunately, many of these people, once they travel overseas and find work, find income, they set up a new family or start a new family. Sometimes they have left children behind in the Philippines. Often they leave these children with a grandparent, an aunt, uncle. Many times they actually do not send money back. They do not communicate anymore. They've started another family, leaving these kids with people that are financially, physically not prepared to raise these kids. So we end up with a lot of children that we categorize as abandoned. We also take children that are neglected. Let's be honest, not every parent is a great parent. Sometimes children are neglected. We take children that are abused, whether it's physically, mentally, or sexually, provided they do not have an active court case. We also take children from extreme poverty. We've already talked about poverty in the Philippines. It's quite rampant. It's not unusual in the mountainous rural areas to find a family that has 6 or 8 kids. They can barely feed themselves, much less feed their children. They probably will not have more than an elementary education. They can't help them with their schoolwork. They don't have money to clothe them. They don't have money to send them to the doctor, the dentist. So we find a lot of children in this type of situation. We also take children from high-risk situations. This may mean that their family is involved in the illegal drug trade, or there's risk of rape for a girl. We actually have children in all of these categories. At current time, we have 39 children in our care. You can see our handsome young men and beautiful young ladies there. So these are the homes that our children come from. These are their actual homes. These are homes put together with bamboo, corrugated metal, weaved palm fronds, cocoa wood, anything that they can find to put together a home. These are all squatters. They do not own the land that the house is on. They find a remote location, build a home, and hope to stay as long as possible. None of these homes will have running water. So if they want water, they have to find a water source and haul it back to their house. Most all of these houses will also not have electricity. They do not enjoy any kind of the wonderful appliances and things that you may have in your house. There's no air conditioning, there's no heat, there's no washer, dryer, dishwasher, nothing. Often these homes also do not even have furniture. There will be a bamboo slat floor, or actually the photo in the extreme left bottom. It may be difficult to see, but that house just has a dirt floor. There is no floor in the home. This is not unusual. They will just do everything right there on the floor. They will sleep, eat everything if they do not have any furniture. These are very, very difficult situations for children to climb out of. If you look at the home on the extreme left, they've actually taken rice sacks and cut those and tacked those up, pretending that's part of a wall. We have 2 children from that home. These are really difficult situations for a child to climb out of this kind of poverty. Most likely they will continue this vicious poverty cycle if we do not break it. So we're very happy at this time to have 16 children in elementary school, 19 in junior high, and 3 in senior high. You can see them in their uniforms. They're ready for school. I am not the minister of our church. We have a full-time minister, Brother Dennis Bello. I'm just the administrator, managing director. But Brother Dennis, of course, does our worship services and Bible studies on Sundays and Wednesdays. He's also very active with our kids, doing Bible studies in their homes throughout the weeknights. He does Bible studies with our kids on Saturday mornings. He also does Bible studies with our staff. It is very difficult to find enough Christians to staff our facility, so he also does Bible study each week with our staff, trying to convert them as well. He also does singing practice with our kids. They love to sing. I hope that you can get to our Facebook page and see some videos of them singing. We are the only non-instrumental Church of Christ in Tanhai city of about 80,000 people. Incidentally, the island that we are on, Necros, has a population of 1.6 million. So Brother Dennis really has his work cut out for him. When he's not there on the property with our kids, he's out in the community trying to set up Bible studies and encouraging people to come to our worship services. Baptisms are the core initiative of our work, of course. In 2020, we had 3 baptisms, 2021, 6 baptisms, 2022, 3 baptisms, and 2024, we're really blessed with 14 baptisms that year. So far this year, in 2025, we've had 5 baptisms. So I want you to understand that we take a lot of time with these children, making sure that they really understand the gospel and the commitment that they're making. That's why you will see the progression. In the earlier years, we did not have many baptisms. It takes time. We plant that seed and wait for God to give the increase. But we're very blessed that these children have made that decision, but understand that we take a lot of time teaching them before we do that. So baptisms are wonderful, but we need to be building leaders in the church as well. So our young men that are baptized believers are learning to lead prayers during worship. They're serving on the Lord's table. We also, under Dennis's direction, some of our boys are learning how to prepare and deliver devotional message. We let them do that usually on Wednesday evenings. We also have 2 boys that are learning song leading. So we're doing our best to build leaders in the church. The Philippine churches need it. Many churches do not have elders and deacons. Leadership is weak, so we need to be building up leaders in the church. Our women, our young girls are also equally important. My wife does a Bible study with our girls every Saturday morning, teaching the young women things that are important to them. The woman's role in the home, in the church, modesty, how to pick a mate, all these things are very important for young women. And as I mentioned earlier, Dennis also does song practice with our kids every Saturday morning. They are really good at singing. I hope you can get to a video to hear them. We were very, very blessed this year. In 2025, we had 9 adults come from Creekside Church of Christ in Greenville, Texas. They brought their enthusiasm. They brought the curriculum, all the decorations, everything to pull off our 2025 Vacation Bible School with the theme of Jesus and Fish. So stories of Jesus and fish. So we had a wonderful, wonderful week. Of course, Bible studies, singing songs, crafting, and games. We invited kids in from the neighborhood. We had averaged 55 kids every day. It was a huge, wonderful week, really a lot of impact for our kids at the facility, but also a good opportunity for us to reach out to the community and the children there. So we will continue our Vacation Bible School each and every year moving forward now that we have the proper facilities for that. As I mentioned earlier, we keep our kids very busy, so they have spring break, Christmas break, all these kinds of things that your children here have in the U.S. as well. Our kids love sports, so we do sports fest for them. We do a lot of crafting. They like to make things. They make hot pad holders for their home. They make rugs, all kinds of things. They're very good at it. We give them a chance also to do variety shows. We let them give them a chance to show off whatever talent they think they have. It's a really fun time, but it's also a good chance for them to build self-esteem and confidence. We find that once they go back to school, their teachers often assign them to leadership roles because they're used to being in front of people and they get more confidence that way. So we do performances, team building games, tutorials. We do birthday parties for any children that are celebrating a birthday party. We have our staff meetings in our multi-purpose room, educational seminars for our staff as well. So lots of activities keep us busy. We also have our own sustainability program. Our kids are actively involved in this. Of course, they have chores in the home. They help wash clothes. They help cook meals, sweep, mop, all those kinds of things, keep their rooms clean. But we also assign them in our gardens to help learn that as a lifestyle. So our boys there on the right are sifting our compost. We do all our own composting there on the property. All these photos are products that we have grown. I did not steal any of these photos off the internet. We actually grew all these things. We're very lucky that we're in a tropical climate, so we can grow things year-round. We have a wide variety of banana plants on the property. We have mango trees, we have pineapple, papaya, all kinds of fruit trees. We, of course, also get vegetables from our vegetable garden on a regular basis. So we're doing everything we can to raise as much of our own food as possible. We've been growing geese, raising geese for a number of years, and we also converted our 18 by 36 tent into a chicken coop, and are also raising chicken for meat now. We hope to raise chicken for eggs in the future, but right now we're focusing on meat. We also have a pond that we're digging. It's a very slow process because we don't work on it that often, but it is for flood control as possibly also raising fish in the future. So our older boys help manage the animals under the supervision of some of our staff. It's just something else that they can learn responsibility for their future. Reaching out has been a big part of our work ever since the beginning, even back in 2016, before we had a facility. We were reaching out to the impoverished people there around us. We generally provide them with a meal. We provide children with clothes, flip-flops, sometimes little toys. We often provide the children with hygiene products. Many kids don't even own a toothbrush. So that's how desperate some of these people are. Then we provide a grocery pack for them to take back home. We put Bible tracts in that, and then Dennis follows up with them to try and set up Bible studies in the future. This year, in February of 2025, we did an outreach for 7 families. This is the thatched roof. You can see the thatched roof homes that they are living in. That's just one of the homes there. I did peek inside the home. There's not much in there, just slabs of wood where they're sleeping. There's no pillows, there's no blankets, there's no mattresses, no other furniture in these homes. So we provide them with clothing. We provided them with mattresses and pillows from our children. As our children's mattresses and pillows begin to deteriorate past our standards, we give those away to impoverished people. Even though these are secondhand, they know that. They're very, very happy to have these things because they're just struggling even for basic necessities on a day-to-day basis. So what's next for us? As I mentioned, our staff visitor housing building is under construction. This building has 6 separate housing apartments. 4 of them are dedicated for our staff, caring for children 24/7 around the clock. All our staff stay on the property unless they have a day off. So we need additional housing for our staff. 2 units in this building are dedicated for overseas guests. Perhaps you would like to come visit us, help with evangelism, vacation Bible school, teaching lessons to our kids. There's all kinds of things you might want to do. But this building is very near to completion. All our plumbing fixtures are in. I believe our electrical fixtures are in. Tile is in, roof, doors. We need windows and paint and furniture, and this building is ready to go. As soon as my wife and I return to the Philippines, we will finish this building up quite quickly and move on to the next project. So our next big project is our older boys residence building. So if you remember from our Google Earth image, our 2 children's homes are side by side. One is a boys' home, one is a girls' home. As our boys get a little bit older and find an interest in the opposite sex, we would like to move them a lot farther away from the girls' home. So we have a place in the very, very back of the property where as our boys get older, we will move them to. We'll have some smaller rooms with a desk and bed. So our senior high and college age boys will have a private space where they can stay up late to study without interfering with anyone else. We'll also do that for our girls, the 2 homes beside 2 spaces for beside the 2 existing homes. We do the same idea for the older girls. So how can you as an individual or a congregation help? We ask for sponsors for our children. It's only $35 a month to sponsor a child. That's only $420 a year. $420 a year is a very, very small price to pay to bring a child out of the poverty that I've already shown you, teach them something secular, educational, so that they can be successful in this life. But the bottom line of everything that we do is try and teach them about God and hope they develop that relationship. So $420 a year is a very, very small price to pay to save a soul. We also accept one-time donations in any amount. You may say, I'm just not financially able to give you very much, sir. I only have a couple of dollars, but everything helps. Believe me, everything adds up. Money goes a long way in the Philippines, so don't think your donation is too small. We love monthly and quarterly support. That way we know how much is coming in and can budget our money more effectively. Something nobody likes to talk about or even think about, but we're all leaving this earth one day. Perhaps you would like to leave something in a will as a legacy donation. We also accept stocks. We have a donor in Lebanon, Tennessee that has donated stocks several times. That continues to make money for us, so that is another option. We also accept Delta Sky Miles. If you have Delta Sky Miles you would be willing to donate, that will assist us in our travels back and forth to the Philippines. You say, Mr. Brown, I just can't help you with anything financially. My family and I are really strapped for money. I just can't help with any of that. But there are other ways you can help these mission efforts. One is prayer, a very powerful thing that you can do. Will not cost you anything. Pray for our administration, our staff, pray for our children. You can donate books. Perhaps you have books, textbooks, or things in your home that's just gathering dust. You may even have some Bible study material or vacation Bible school material that's here at the church gathering dust that you do not plan to use and don't know what you're going to do with it. We can put all that to use. Perhaps you have sports equipment, children's clothes, or you just like to come visit us, help with the vacation Bible school, outreach to the community or something. There's many ways that you can help us. If you have items that you would like to donate, you can ship them to us in Georgia. We have an address there. We'll repack it into larger boxes and ship it on to the Philippines. So think about that if that's something you're interested in doing. So we have our own website. We'd love for you to visit that. Look at our programs and services that we offer, more history of our mission work. We also have our own Facebook. If you're on the Facebook page, you can go through there and see our reports. We post quite frequently on Facebook. You can always contact me by email if you have questions or concerns about the work. We're very blessed this evening that my wife has set up a display in the foyer. We'd love for you to take a few moments after worship service to check the display. There's photos there. There's also sign-up sheets. So you can sign up tonight to sponsor a girl for Save Asian Souls or a boy or girl for Philippine Mission. Sign up right on that sheet, or you can sign up to get our newsletter. We send out a newsletter every month. We'll be happy to send that to you. Also on that table, you will find brochures for Save Asian Souls as well as Philippine Mission. Be sure to pick up a brochure and take it home, because on the back of the brochure is all our contact information. So you'll find our websites, email addresses, phone numbers, everything you'll need will be right there on the back of that brochure. Take that home with you, and that way you won't have to have remembered anything except to take the brochure home with you, and you'll have all that readily accessible for you. We're so very thankful for you to allow us this opportunity to tell you about these two mission efforts. My wife and I will be in the foyer following the service. We're happy to answer any of your questions, and thank you so very much for this time.